Hello, I'm Claire Louise Hay from BeHealing.com, and this pick a card read is about what are they keeping secret from you. So if you want to find out what their secrets are, what they're not telling you, keep on watching this. And so as usual, there's going to be a deeper dive and extended version to all of these. There's a written reading that goes with it, and so you'll find the links for that up there in the corner toward the end of each of these readings, and also in the description box and in the comments box as well below this video, where you can also find the fast forward links to your readings as well. So all you need to do now is take your pick. Which one do you want? Do you want the crystal, this beautiful rose quartz? Would you like the flower? Amazing color today. Or would you like the shell? Take your pick right now. Click on those links below to get to your reading, and I'll see you in there. Don't forget to click that like button down there and click that subscription button along with that notification bell to hear more from me. Enjoy your reading. If you chose the crystal, this beautiful rose quartz here, let's find out. What are they keeping secret from you? So crystals, as always, there's going to be a deeper dive to this. That is a written reading, an extended version that goes with this. If you're interested, if this is your story, if you think it could be your story, you might want to get that. Because in that, I'm going to go into more guidance for you. Guidance for you where you're at right now in this situation. And also guidance for you in this relationship. So what do you need to know about yourself? What you need to know about them? Possible dynamics, how to make it work really well. And also how this might all work out as well, how it might all go down, and possible timings for that. If you're interested in that, toward the end of this reading, there'll be a link that pops up there. And there's also a link in the description box in the comments. Don't forget to. So let's find out, what are they keeping secret from you? I love when it kind of just waits like that until I ask it the question. A time to walk alone. Doing something by themselves. They're doing something by themselves here, that in other words, they're keeping a secret from you. A time to walk alone, so it's something that they're doing. They don't want to let you know about it, but it's something that they're doing by themselves, and they want to do it by themselves. You know, sometimes when we've got a partner or someone we're interested in, and we want to do something, but we don't necessarily want them involved. Maybe it's too soon in the relationship. You know, we might be going to a big event or something like that in our family, and so we just, and we're just not at the stage to invite them to it. And so you don't tell them about it instead of offending them. It could be something like that. It could be something like that. Let's find out more. Let's find out more for crystals. What are they keeping secret from you? Generosity. Because it would be too much, and they're too generous, and so they can't. Right. Yeah, it's something that they would include you in if you're, for some reason, they're really generous, right? And so they know if they told you about it, they would invite you, and it's not really what they wanted to do, so they're keeping it secret from you. It feels like an event, or it's definitely something that they want to do, and they're going to go alone instead of going with you. Because they're so generous that if they told you about it, they would invite you, and they don't want you to go. And it's not a bad reason that they don't want you to go. It's not because they'd be ashamed of you or something like that. It's nothing like that. Let's find out more. What are they keeping secret from you? I wonder what it is. And so you might find that they're being weird around you. You might notice that there's something going on, that they're keeping secrets. Maybe that's why you're watching this. It's nothing big. It's nothing bad. And don't forget, crystals, we're allowed to have our own lives, you know? In relationships, we're allowed to do things by ourselves. And ideally, you'd be like open to each other and telling each other, but it seems to me like they just can't do that because they would be generous and too generous and invite you to it. It could be something really expensive. Maybe that's why the generosity thing has come out, because if they included you, maybe they'd have to pay for you, and that might be too big of a gesture at the moment. Might make them uncomfortable. 10 of Pentacles, it could be a wedding. Or, they're unsure about it. It could be a wedding, or it could be, it's too soon. It feels like inviting you to something would be a declaration that you're together like this, and they're not comfortable with that yet. They're unsure, right? Still making their mind up about you, or maybe they're unsure whether you'd be comfortable in that situation. As I said, it could be something big, like, I don't know, they go away on this fancy holiday every year with their friends. And maybe they just think it's a big stretch to ask you financially, I mean. And then have to feel they had to be generous and pay for you to do it, and just awkwardness around that. Tell us why the Ten of Pentacles is here. But it seems to me like it would be more of a declaration to them that you're together. No, they're not ready for that. Because this Ten of Pentacles is the happily ever after. The Knight of Voices. It seems like it's too big of an offer for them. The Knight of Voices is like coming in fast with the truth. It's too much for them. It's like they want to go to this family wedding by themselves because it would be too much to invite you and for other people to think that you're together. Ascension. It feels to me like it's just a matter of time. Do you know what I mean? To let relationships play out in their own time rather than rushing it. And you know what I mean? If it's like if you go on a first date with someone and they say, you want to meet my parents, it would be a bit of a that's too soon, right? And it feels like that this thing is too soon for them, even though it might not be soon. Do you know what I mean? It might not be like, you might not be right at the start of a relationship, I mean. By the Moon, how come they're unsure here? Unsure of whether to tell you. I mean, we've had a lot of reasons already. Why are they unsure? Oh, they're keeping secret. So I don't think you know about this event or whatever it is. It could even be meeting the family thing. It could be something like that. Just with that Ten of Pentacles there, it's very family oriented. Unsure, Ten of Emotions, and the Seven of Voices. So they're being deceptive. It's almost like all or nothing. If they do this, it would be a big declaration, and they're not ready for that. Ten of Emotions is like, it is the happily ever after as well, similar to the Ten of Pentacles. So they're just not sure yet. They're just not sure whether that's where they're headed with you. Maybe that's where they are headed with you, but they don't want to take the time. So what if this secret comes out, you know, and what if you get really upset about that? A new beginning. Yeah, so they're not ready to make that new beginning. It would be a big declaration for them to do that. So they're kind of keeping it from you, this event or whatever it is. They're keeping that from you. Let's find out more information here. What are they keeping secret from you? There might be some more secrets as well. Like their feelings or something like that. I don't know. Let's see. What are they keeping secret from you? Love yourself first. So they are putting themselves first in this. And that's good, you know? We've got to have a healthy balance of that, right? And we want our partners to have a healthy balance of that too. Of putting, you know, of themselves, of them taking care of themselves, putting themselves first sometimes. So this is an occasion where they're putting themselves first. And like I said, in a healthy relationship, we want our own lives. We do want to have, you know, things that we do by ourselves. So they're loving themselves first. Hard work is paying off. Oh, it could be something that they've worked toward. Could be something that they work toward. You know, like for some of you, I was getting that it's something that's expensive. It could be something that's expensive, and if they spend all year like putting some money aside to do this big thing with the friends, they might not want. Of course, you wouldn't want to invite just anyone to that, would you? It could be a financial thing. Well, it could be both. It could be a mixture of reasons here. But the hard work is paying off. So maybe it's just too early in the relationship for them to be so generous with you to pay for you to come to this thing. Purpose. You possess the determination and dedication to consciously demonstrate love. It does feel like they've worked towards something here. Saving the finances to be able to do something. Maybe they hadn't counted on you being in the picture, crystals, and you know what I mean? If they're in like of course, you know, when you're in a solid relationship and it's committed and all of that, you save the money for both of you to go, you know, do you know what I mean? And it's, maybe they just didn't do that. They got a cassette here, outdated thinking, conditioning, replaying events over in your head. Oh, this could have something to do with, you know what I was getting from the outdated thinking, old-fashioned thinking, you know, like the men need to pay for things. It could be something like that they've got a belief that, well, maybe that if they're doing this, it's a declaration that you're together. It's a big gesture. It's a grand gesture kind of thing, and all the family and friends are going to think that's it. They've met the one kind of thing that they're going to marry, as if it's a declaration that you are going to get married or something like that. Or it could be the payment thing. If they invite you, then it's their kind of old-fashioned rule that they would need to pay or something like that. Or if you watching are male and this is a woman that I'm talking about, it could be about them not wanting you to pay for it. You know what I mean? Maybe they work toward it and they think you're old-fashioned in thought and they don't want to put that pressure on you to pay. It could be that way around too. Take it as it resonates, because you're going to be in different positions here. Let's find out more. What are they keeping secret from you? Bearing fruit. They're having some kind of success here and they've worked towards something. Not necessarily wanting to tell you about that. This could be someone that has significant finances and they don't want to tell you that. Got Call of the Muse here. It could be someone that's got savings or investments or money and they don't particularly want to tell you that. They could have reached something, some kind of a level. And maybe if you knew that, how much money they've got, and if they invited you to this thing, because I'm definitely getting an event, then they'd feel compelled to pay for you. They've got that generosity thing, right? So that if you knew how much, if someone's got a heap of money, right, and they invite you to something that's really expensive and you say, I can't afford it, they would, even if they were inviting you, they would probably feel, I don't know, just take that as it resonates anyway. Bearing fruit, but something is bearing fruit in their life and it's good and they've worked hard toward it. They're not going to just like share it with anyone. I'm not saying that you're just anyone, but the Call of the Muse, that's interesting. Which feels to me like they're tempted to. That's why they got the moon here. They're not sure. Not sure whether to or not. It's not like they're keeping it from you and they're 100% sure about that. They're teetering on the edge of telling you and inviting you, apparently, or just telling you and not inviting you. But could they do that? I don't know. It would be tricky. I don't think so with this cassette. I think they would have to invite you and pay for you, and it'd be a statement to the whole of the friends and family that that's it. I've got love here. It's not about finding love. You are love itself. Help me, Lord, to send so much compassion and caring to the inner child that I always remember I myself am love. And there is something about them loving themselves here, right? So this could be something to do with friends and family and them being judged for diving in too fast. They might have done that in the past, right? And because this seems like 10 of Pentacles and 10 of Emotions. It seems to me like if they took you to something, it would be a huge declaration to them. And they've done that before and they might have got laughed at by the friends and family because of that before. And that's another thing that they're shielding you from there and shielding themselves from, really. So learning to love themselves first here. Care for themselves first. It just seems tricky to them to do that. They don't, in their energy, it doesn't feel so comfortable for them to do that. Let's find out more. Let's do What are they keeping secret? What are they keeping secret? Ooh. Expanding inner power. I'm the most powerful when my creativity is given a voice. So again, they're probably getting some kind of success and wealth, and they're not telling you about that. Something is coming good for them, bearing fruit and expanding inner power. Could be someone that has had a lot of success in their life and it's backfired for them in relationships, you know. Making someone's eyes pop like they do in cartoons with dollar signs when you tell them that you're successful, you've got a lot of money. And again, I'm not getting that they think you're a gold digger or anything like that. I think they're just learning from past experience, really. What else? Yang. They're very generous. Your person is very generous and they find it hard to even stop themselves from being that. It's kind of not what they're keeping secret. It's why they're keeping it secret. Whoa. Thriving. They're doing pretty good financially for themselves, and they might have just had a big win, like a big investment win or something, and they're scared to tell you. Especially with this upcoming event or whatever it is. I just want to find out more about them now. They seem really sweet. Got koi fish spirit here. There's always enough. Plenty. Another sign of plenty. Nothing is wasted. That's it again. It's that they're a generous person and they don't want to necessarily put you in that position nor waste their money on you. It's not really waste, but they don't want to squander away what they've worked so hard for here. Is the feeling there. Let's get a love message out for you to top this one off. Love message from them or for them. Let's see what comes up. Miracles and blessings. Everything has its gift and everything has its drawback as well, and that's what this reading is showing, right? Everything has its drawback too. You might think, oh, it'd be great if I had more money, and like money would just be make everything okay. And how can someone have any problems or anything, any worries if they've got plenty of money? Well, you're seeing there's things to consider like this when you've got money. Is you have things to negotiate, and you've got new fears. Are people going to love me just for my money? Are they going to take advantage of me? Am I going to be too generous? Am I always going to be the one picking up the bill? There's stuff like that to consider here. So your person could have newfound kind of wealth, newfound success, and they're still negotiating that, still finding where their comfortable place is with that, especially with them showing up as being generous quite a few times here. Is that could be really tricky for them. Is how do they love themselves and how do they hold on to the money too? Where is their place? Where is their comfortable place of how much they give and how much they keep to themselves and all of that? So it very, very well could be them negotiating that, and while they're doing that, they're going to keep that secret from you until they're ready, until they're comfortable, until they know, okay, I've got this rule set for myself now, is I'm going to donate however much amount. I'm going to, only let people know what I've got when I'm really close to them. They'll sort things out like that. I'm pretty sure that everyone comes into wealth has to do that at some point, or when you're working toward it, like you're an entrepreneur and you're headed that way, you have these things to think about. Same as everything, new level, new devil. So your person's keeping secret that they're going to something alone. It's an event because of all those reasons I just said. So there you go, keeping it secret from you. So if you find out, hopefully now you're not going to be too upset about it. But anyway, in that deeper dive, I'm going to go into more guidance for you with all of this as well, because there might be other things going on with this person that you need to know about so that you can navigate that well. And things in yourself as well, because they could be triggering you with all of this stuff as well. You could have trust issues or something like that, and this is really triggering those trust issues. We'll see in that deeper dive. I'll pop a link for it up there. It's just 20 Australian dollars, which is about 15 American dollars. The other major currencies are on that link too, approximate currency conversions anyway. It's an instant download, so make sure you get your email address right, and when you receive the email, it might be in your junk, spam, or promotions folder, so check in there as well as your inbox, of course. In the email, there'll be a link to the crystal, to the flower, and to the shell. Click on the crystal and you can download that instantly. So thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like on that button down there and click that subscription button while you're down there, along with that notification bell to hear more from me. Good luck with this one, and I'll see you next time. Bye. If you chose the flower, this one's for you. Let's find out what they're keeping secret from you, shall we? Flowers. Now, flowers, as always, there's a deeper dive to this. That is a written reading, an extended version that goes with this. And in that deeper dive, I'm going to go into more guidance for you. So guidance for you in this situation you find yourself in right now. Guidance for you in this relationship, what you need to know about yourself, what you need to know about them. Possible dynamics, how to make it work really well, and also how this might all go down, and possible timings for all of that as well. So if you're interested in that, toward the end of this reading there'll be a link that pops up there. You can find a link for that in the description box for this video and in the comments as well. Let's find out, what are they keeping secret? Rituals and offerings, and be still a while. This is something about a break. Needing a break. I think you guys might be in separation at the moment and needing a break from you because of some religious thing or cultural thing. Something that they need to do. It could have something to do with the family or the country or something, I don't know. But this is definitely, I'm feeling like a break from relationships. They could have told you that they need some time to themselves or something like that. Or just kind of stopped getting in touch with you. Because they've got something about religion. Let's find out, because that's quite confusing to me. I can't even imagine what that could be. If your person is from a culture where they might still do the arranged marriage thing, it could be something to do with that. It could be they're having to deal with a family and kind of, I don't know, meet people that the family are liking. It could mean that, it could be that they need to have some time to do that stuff. What else could it be? Curiosity. It's like they're investigating something else. And so you might be saying, well, like, why would they even be going along with that stuff with their family, if arranged marriages, if we were in a relationship, or if they could have a relationship with me? Well, maybe they're just curious as to who their family would pick, or curious as to whether them picking you and the family may, I don't know, but they're curious. What else could that be? Curious about it. It could be that their religion, they need to spend some time, like Buddhists here in Thailand anyway. Buddhists can go to the temple. They shave all their hair off, they go to the temple for a while, and it tends to be through choice when they do that, but they'll take some time out and do that. They might not necessarily have told you that they're doing that as well. I've got quite a few friends that have done that. I think it's self-instigated, and they might have done that. They might have instigated it themselves. But anyway, they're curious about something and they're doing that. It seems to have something to do with traditions or religion, and so they're giving time out and they're not told you about it. What's doing that? You got the Sun here. They're really happy about something, and the Three of Cups, a reunion. Someone come back into their lives. Let's get some clarity on this. Something's making them really happy. What is it, and why are they keeping it secret? Eight of Materials, something that they've worked toward. Okay, something's making them really happy that they've worked toward, and they're not telling you about that. This could be a separate thing. What That's interesting because I've just done crystals and they had something like that too. Changes that are bringing about joy. So they're not telling you about a couple of things here. Changes that are bringing about joy. There's some kind of a financial thing that they've worked toward. The Eight of Materials is about something coming good. It's bringing them a lot of joy. Changes that are happening in their lives. Maybe they're just not ready to share that with you. Very similar to Crystal's message there as well. Three of Cups, what's this about? Someone coming back into their lives, like a reunion. It doesn't have to be romantic, by the way. It could be school reunion, or it could be like they could have had a best friend that they were kind of in love with, but remain friends from years ago, and they could be meeting up with them and just curious. It could be something like that too, because it's like traditions or religion or culture. It could be that. Anyway, let's find out. Reunion that they don't want to tell you about, and they wouldn't. They intuitively know not to tell you about that even more. So yes, you'd be triggered by that. Imagine if they had, like, if you're in a heterosexual relationship that I'm talking about, if they had a best friend that's the opposite sex, and years ago, and they're gonna go on holiday with them or hang out with them or something like that, because they're curious, especially. This could also mean that they're serious about you and they're tying up a loose end in their heart, going back there to see if there's something there. It very well could be that, because that is tying up with all of it here. Going back to tie off some loose ends in their heart just to see if their heart is still with that past person. So it could be someone that they've been in a relationship with, but they intuitively know not to tell you about it. Well, yes, because it would really hurt you, right? We all want our person to choose us, don't we? That's an ego thing. We don't want to get hurt. But they're loving themselves in this. And also, too, if you think about it, if you are getting into a serious relationship with this person here, you want them to have sorted that out first, right? You don't want them having an old flame that they never resolved, that they never... Yeah, it's better that they sort that out before you get in deeper, I would say. So you've got two different things here. There's changes that are bringing them joy, making them very happy, something that they've worked toward, and they've got someone from the past that's coming back into their lives, and yeah, they're choosing and they're curious about it. I'm feeling like it's less like the arrangement. I don't know, I guess it could be something like that for some of you, because I did get that from Spirit rather than making that one up. Like I wasn't thinking but personally myself about what it could be. Tell us more. What did they keep me secret? Are they keeping more secrets? Pay attention to the red flags. So it's something inside of them, something has come up inside of them. You know what it's like. It happened on my wedding day, is that I started thinking about my first boyfriend, and I was still in love. Wow, I was still in love with him. Yeah, I definitely still loved him, and it hit me. It hit me on that day that I was getting married. Not in the lead up to it, but it hit me then. I'm like, am I doing the right thing? I've still got feelings for him. So it could be something like that. Paying attention to the red flags that are inside of them, the warning signs, feelings coming up for someone else. What else? The end of a tough cycle approaches and adjustments are required. Maybe this one is about that money thing, because something's bringing them a lot of joy, and it's something they've worked toward. End of a tough cycle. Don't know why they wouldn't want to tell you about that, but it could be just too soon in the relationship to share financial stuff. They could be afraid of, then your how you perceive them changing, because that can happen. Adjustments are required, this one says. So adjustments are required, and it feels like it's an emotional thing. Some people just aren't that comfortable in talking about their emotions and what's going on inside of them as well, the internal stuff and the inner changes. So it could be an element of that too. Let's find out more. Tell us more. What are they keeping secret? Loyalty. There it is. I feel like they've got someone else. And don't take that in a negative way. It is like that. It's like someone from long ago that they never truly let go of. You might be aware of that already. Because usually it depends how long you've been with them, of course, but it usually comes up in conversation, right? If they had a real close friend or someone that is still loyal to. Tell us more. What are they keeping secret from flowers? Clock. They need time. That's what I was getting, you see. He's still aware. It's a break. They need a break because they need time to sort this out. In all fairness to you as well, they need time to sort it out in all fairness to you. Okay, let's find out more. What are they keeping secret from you? Flowers, what? Oh, a rose's kiss. And a merry motive. They have got a good motive. So it could be to clear it up. It does feel like they're going to come back around to you, at least to explain anyway. It's very, very rare that something from the past like that will actually come back and come to fruition. It's more likely that a relationship from the past will just, put a lid on it, find out that they got married now or whatever it is, But they've got a good motive. And so there are feelings here for you, the rose's kiss. There are feelings here for you. They've got a good motive to clear this up first. So you could have been in talks, like it could have been getting more serious. You could have been feeling a lot more for each other, them feeling a lot for you, and then realised I need to sort this past relationship out. It could be something that comes up for them over and over again. It could be someone that's kind of manipulative as well. Never really letting go, one of those people that just kind of clings on to their exes and never fully lets them go, strings them along kind of thing. It could be someone with energy like that, in which case it'll be hard for them to let go. Let's find out more. What are they keeping secret from flowers? Companionship. It's a companion, it's a friend. But it's not. There's more to it than that. The heart is there. They're loyal to them. Companionship. Okay. So they do have somebody. It's not what you think. It's not as bad as you think. Let's get one of these. What are they keeping secret? And let's find out more about them. Why? Companion from long ago coming back in their lives. If they do have like a soul bond with this person, which it sounds like they do, then you guys get together. It could be someone that feels that every time they get together with someone else, get back in touch. It could be someone that thinks that they're their twin flame. Because we feel it when someone's moving on, right? And they might grab back onto them energetically. Again. Tell us more. Okay, I'm going to take those two because they jumped. Sharing shame and acknowledging apprehension. Right, so they are apprehensive to tell you about this. Of course they are. It's going to trigger you big time. Why am I even telling you? Sharing shame. When I share my deepest pain, I give myself permission to be. And when it's a yes, nothing can stop me. When I'm unsure, it's always a no. So they've taken a step back to pursue this because they're curious about it. Why has this come around again? And I need, it's a red flag in them. Should I proceed with this relationship when someone else has come up again for me? It's that kind of thing. So they feel ashamed about it and they're acknowledging the apprehension that they've got and they're doing something about it, which is good. It's good. It shows that they've got some self-awareness or, that they're known to sort something out. Tie up loose ends, clean it up. to tie up loose ends, to clean it up. They're aware of it. At least they're aware of it. And also aware not to tell you about it as well, because it would be very triggering and it would hurt you. So, got voyage and success here. So they could actually be traveling to see this person, or this person is traveling to them, and it's going to be a success, whatever that means. Could go either way. Like, I don't want to give you false hope and say it's all going to turn out roses, because it may not do. Of course, they've got free will, as has the other person involved here. So, tell us more about this. Cards are messing up your cards here. Know your worth. It could be that when they have this reunion with this person, that they realize that they deserve more than that. Like I said, it could be someone that's stringing them along, that keeps on clawing the back of their energy. A nightingale spirit, love is all around. Love is all around, what does that mean? A nightingale singing a song. I don't know. Take that as it resonates. I'm not sure about that one. Maybe it was just that first card that wanted to come out. Silence all these things. All this technology. So, a love message for you or for them? Let's see. Which one is it? Treasure your loved ones. Treasuring the loved ones. They're just responding to that. They've got someone in their heart and they're treasuring the loved ones. It's important to love others deeply. And I feel like your person does love deeply. Obviously a loyal heart as well, because they want to clean this up first. And they're embracing their emotions, so they're feeling it. Allow your feelings to surface and be accepted. And maybe you brought the emotions out in them. Maybe the strength of your connection brought those emotions out and triggered that in them. Could open them up again. I don't know, take that as it resonates. That might not be true for you, but there you go. If that sounds like it is your story or could be your story, you might want to get that deeper dive for some more guidance in all of this. I'll pop a link for it up there. It's just 20 Australian dollars, which is about 15 American dollars right now. If you click on that link, then you'll find other major currency approximate conversions anyway, just to let you know before you do it. And what else? It's an instant download, and so make sure you get your email address right. You'll receive an email, and in that email, it might end up in your junk, your spam, or your promotions folder. In that email will be a link to the crystal and to the flower and to the shell. Just click on the flower and you can instantly download that. So there you go. That's it. That's what they're keeping a secret from you. So thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to click like on that button down there and click that subscribe button while you're down there as well, along with that notification bell to hear more from me. Good luck with this relationship, and I'll see you next time. Bye. If you chose the shell, let's find out, what are they keeping secret from you, shells? This one's yours. So as usual, shells, there's going to be a deeper dive available for this read. That is an extended written reading that goes with this. And it goes into more guidance for you in this situation you find yourself in. Guidance for you in this relationship. So what you need to know about them, what you need to know about yourself, possible dynamics, how to make it work really well. And also how this might all play out as well, and possible timings for that. So if you're interested in that, toward the end of the reading, there'll be a link that pops up there. And there's a link in the description box and in the comments as well to book for that. Okay, you got the Sentinel. What are they keeping secret from you? Well, they're protecting something. They could be protecting themselves. They could be protecting someone else. Let's see. They could be protecting you from something. Let's find out. What are they keeping secret from shells? Adventure and tending the garden. Protecting you from something, or protecting themselves, protecting someone else. Oh, going on an adventure? Tending the garden is about sorting out their environment. Someone in the life, hang on. How much do you know about their family? Because I'm just picking up, you know, when families have that like a secret in the family, and there could be a family member that, like a really adventurous family member, who maybe everyone looks down on, or they criticize them for the ways that they are, the black sheep of the family, and they might not talk very much about that person. I don't know why I'm feeling that. Yeah, that's a strange energy there. Why would that be protection? I don't like that. I'm getting family stuff, and sometimes people, if they had a child, maybe it's this sibling that I'm talking about, maybe the parents had another child and that was disabled or something like that, they could have given that child up for adoption, or there could be someone missing from their family that they don't talk about, because there's a lot of shame about it. That's a strange one. The Six of Swords, again, it shows like getting out of dodge. They could have a family member like in prison. They could have a family member that's disabled, and there's so much shame about them not being able to take care of them and putting them into care. It could be something like that. There's a protective element now behind it too, so it's almost like they're protecting the family, they're protecting the decisions that were made and all of that. Getting out of dodge. You know, a decision like that would be really hard, right, for a family, and I can see why it might be swept under the rug, or, you know, just if something really difficult like that happened to your mum and she would have been very upset about it, right, then you wouldn't talk about it much, right, because you wouldn't want to trigger your mum. It could be something like that. So they could have something that they've held on to for a long time, not just from you, from everybody, and not be telling anyone about it because they don't want to upset the people that are already obviously upset. It feels like something kind of big in them, but would they let you in on that? Ever? Well, I guess at a certain point they might do. It feels like there's a lot of guilt and shame and stuff around it, and protecting others. It feels emotional to me, so it feels less like Uncle Jim as a serial killer kind of thing. It's not like that. It's more, it feels like an emotional conundrum kind of a thing, and everyone was hurt by it, and that's why we don't talk about it anymore. The Nine of Cups, wish fulfillment. Well, this could be that if this thing happened when they were a kid, say if they had like a disabled sibling or something, and then suddenly all of their life was about this kid and not them anymore. There could be shame in them that they actually wished for their sibling to go, and then the sibling did go. Oh, I didn't expect this to come out. Tell us why the Six of Swords is here. What is this? Getting themselves out of dodge. Nine of Materials, a wish fulfillment. If they kind of wished for it, I know that will make them feel really guilty. But that's a normal thing for a kid to wish for, right? If they're being left out because a sibling is getting all the attention, and then the family realise they just can't cope. Maybe they got a big family. They just can't cope, and they have to do something else. For sure, the kids would feel really bad about that, for wishing their sibling not to be there anymore. It could even be a loss as well. It could be, yeah, it may be a disabled sibling that died, and they feel really bad, and so they're protecting themselves because they got the wish fulfillment, healing energy. They're still not healed from it, so they're unlikely to tell you about this until they've done a certain level of healing within themselves. What were these again? Tending the garden and adventure. So the Nine of Cups We got the wish fulfillment. They feel to blame for it, the magician, like they manifested it. And they feel bad that they felt good about it. There's a lot of stuff going on here. So this is a very wounded person here, and they've got so much shame about it that they don't want to, it's not just you, they don't want to tell anyone about it. Yikes. What's behind this one? It's like the same message again, really. It's the way that they're perceiving it, but they're not ready to tell you. I mean, before you know how it is. If we're judging ourselves about anything, we're not going to reveal it to anyone else. We've got to love ourselves first and accept ourselves before we can be truly intimate and let someone know all of our deepest, darkest secrets. If we can't even face up to it in ourselves, we can't tell someone else. Unless you're in a very, very close, supportive relationship. And so it's the way that they're perceiving it. This feels like something that they just kind of resign themselves to push down forever. Hey, okay. Tell me more about this. So what they're keeping secret from shells? Children, separation. Express your love. This runs deeper, right? So again, the children were separated. Maybe by one of the children dying. Maybe by them going into care. But the children were separated. So this happened when they were a child, and they didn't express the love. So they wished for them to go, and after they had done, they felt guilty that they'd manifested it happening and they didn't have a chance to express their love. Oh, this is difficult for them to go through, right? Tell us more about this. So gently with this person. A win-win outcome is forecast and conclusions are within reach. So it seems like they are taking steps to heal this. Slowly. I mean, this is a big one, right? Stuff like that, very difficult to heal. Tell us more. Commitment to self-love. This is what it would require, is a commitment to self-love and to themselves to be able to heal that and to let themselves off the hook. Because any child would wish for that, you know? Any child would. Because we don't, when we're children, that part of our brain isn't formed yet to be able to see far into the future and realize how we would feel about it. And so we wish all kinds of terrible things when we're kids because of that, because we can't predict the repercussions from it, right? That part of our brain only grows like scarily in our early 20s. It's not even as teenagers. So yeah. They need to be committed to self-love, and they need to be committed to self-love now, to letting it be okay. Okay. Tell us more. What are they keeping secret? See, I didn't even want to say it when I first heard that message. I didn't even want to say it about the sibling that it's gone. It is what it is. It is what it is. And so if your person here does own up to it, they could be doing it in this very closed-hearted way. If they do talk about this about someone, they could just be because they don't want to feel all of this stuff that's going on inside of them. They could be trying to bypass it, or they could just be keeping it secret. The whole family keep it secret. I guess I don't know which one's worse. Being able to say it but be totally unfeeling about it. It is what it is. Didn't get one of these out. Tell us more. Shells, are they keeping secret from shells? The runner. They've done a runner. They're doing a runner from it. Trying to run away from it. Trying not to deal with it. Of course, it's huge, so that doesn't surprise me at all. Who wants to do the shadow work? It's not many people that can face the really gnarly shadow work like this. It would help them if they did, but we can't force that on anyone or even expect them to do it. It's big. This is big thing for them to heal here. Tell us more. What are they keeping secret? From shells, compassion. They need to grow the compassion in themselves, right? So, but have compassion for them as well. They've not got a lot of compassion for themselves here. Deconstructing doubt. They do think about it though. They are deconstructing it. They're trying to heal from it. Like we got that from conclusions are within reach and a win-win outcome is forecast. They're going to come good. And on the back of this it says, only my beliefs are in my way. Only their beliefs are in the way. So it's just about changing their mind and their perception about it. But yeah, I mean, it's just a process, isn't it? It's the healing process. Tell us more. What a shell's keeping secret. I mean, what a shell's person keeping secret. And that's interesting. So they're just getting on with things, chopping wood, catching the water, catching the fish, collecting the water. They're just numbing out to it in a way, carrying on and ignoring the chaos and conflict that's happening inside and maybe in their family. And this could be just the way that their family operates. If you've met their family, you might have caught some kind of an undercurrent or, you know, some energy letting you know that that kind of thing is going on now. Oops. Sorry, Charles, didn't mean to drop that on you there. Stillness. So yeah, that protection, they're kind of in the shell, aren't they? Like a shell. Hiding in the shell. Not wanting it to come out. Stillness. They might silence themselves. I mean, they might be wanting to tell you about it, especially if you're getting really close. They might be wanting to tell you about it and then stop themselves. Have you ever had that before, when you're kind of almost about to tell someone like a big secret, as if it's on the tip of your tongue, but then it never comes out? But you could just say it when you're there watching that movie together. You think, I could tell them right now. But then you get scared. Tell us more about this. Wombat spirit, be at home. So they might open up to you about this when they feel more at home with you. Once you get closer. Or with themselves. So let's get the love message out for them. There's too many. One or two at the most. Let's get a love message out for them. So this person's going to require a bit of, a lot of compassion on it, maybe a bit of handling as well, to be aware of triggers and navigating it, you know, and their feelings. Back to what you love, reevaluate your desires, it says. You know, when people have got this amount of guilt and shame and stuff, it can really debilitate them. You might think, well, a person's got, you know, all of these skills and talents, but they're not doing much in their life. Why not? And you can't figure it out. Something like this would stop. It's taking up a lot of their emotional energy, especially if they're keeping it from you and other people. And this is love who you are. You're divine, delightful, and deserving of the wonderful things life has to offer. Your person here is on a huge healing journey. Huge healing journey. So there you have it. Wow, I wasn't expecting something like that to come out. It's full on. Shells, if that sounds like it is your story, it could be your story, you might want to get some guidance on that. So I'll pop the link for that deeper dive up there. It's just 20 Australian dollars, which is about 15 American dollars right now. And when you click on that link, you'll see all of the other currency conversions, major currencies anyway, approximate conversions. I did it quite a while ago. Hopefully it's still around the same, just so that you know. And you can find a link for that in the description box and in the comments box below as well. Now that's an instant download, so please make sure you get your email address right, otherwise you're not going to receive it. In that email, which might end up in your spam, your junk, or your promotions folder, as well as in your inbox as well. We hope that it gets in there. But in that email, there's a link to the crystal and the flower and the shell. So click on the shell, you can instantly download that. So thank you so much for watching. And don't forget to click that like button down there. And while you're down there, click that subscription button along with that notification bell to hear more from me. Thanks again for watching. Good luck with this relationship and with all of this healing. And I'll see you next time. Bye.